Hey guys, welcome back to Just a Watch. My name's Dave. I live in Japan and I love to collect affordable watches. But today we're going to be taking a look at some watch straps that probably don't have any business being on an affordable watch. Today we're going to be taking a look at some NATO style straps that cost $63 each. Now these straps are produced by Artem. I reviewed some of their stuff before in the past, and when they offered to send them over, I was intrigued. I mean, how could a NATO strap possibly be worth $60? So I agreed to take a look. They sent over 4 or 5 straps for me to check out for review, and they are letting me keep those straps, which is why you saw the paid promotions flag at the beginning of this video. However, other than the straps themselves, I didn't receive any compensation for this review, nor did Artem have any input into the content of this review. So the main question I had going into this is, are these straps worth that amount of money? And there's 2 answers to this question, depending on your perspective and how you're looking at it. Depending on your perspective, the answer to that question is either going to be absolutely not, or yeah, these are actually a pretty good deal. Now we're going to be trying to answer that question and taking a look at these NATO straps from Artem. They also sent over one of their new blue Sailcloth straps, so we'll be taking a quick look at that. Anyways, let's jump into it and see what we got. So there are 2 ways to look at the cost of these straps from Artem. One would be to look at them and compare them to other seatbelt style NATO straps, in which case these are really expensive straps. I've seen a lot of pretty awesome quality NATO straps that come in at around $20. And while I do feel that these straps offer a significantly higher level of quality than any of those other straps that I've tested, I'd have a hard time saying with much confidence that they're 3 times as good as those other straps. But the other way to look at these is to compare them to Omega's NATO style straps, which Omega sells for $160. And that's more where Artem is positioning these straps. These are meant to be OEM replacements for luxury watches. What Artem is trying to do here is give you a strap that is equal in quality or superior in quality to the straps from these luxury brands at a much more affordable price. And compared to what Omega asks for a NATO strap, these things are incredibly affordable. They're made out of the same polyamide nylon material. They have similar hardware, similar stitching and design. And while I haven't gotten a chance to personally test Omega's NATO style straps, these appear to be pretty comparable. They definitely have a more premium feel to any other NATO strap that I've tried. This is most noticeable in the feel of the nylon material that they've used here. It has a denser, sturdier weave that has a little bit more firmness to it than a lot of other seatbelt NATO straps. And while that does mean they are going to take a little bit of time to break in, it also feels like they're going to last a lot longer than any of the other NATO style straps that I've tested. I tried to give these things a good couple weeks of wear before reviewing, and they've held up remarkably well. I haven't experienced any fraying on the edges of the straps or around any of the holes. However, the all-polished hardware has seemed to be pretty susceptible to scratches. And while the quality of the buckles and keepers is very good quality, they don't really feel any better than I've seen on other much lower priced premium NATO straps. The one other thing that kind of bothered me when I was wearing these straps is that I felt like the length could have been a little bit longer. On my 7.5-inch wrist, I usually wind up with about 1 inch of extra strap to tuck back into the keeper, but typically I would like to see a little bit of extra length at the end of the strap. Artem did implement a movable floating keeper for the one that is closest to the buckle, but because of the shorter strap length, I found that to be completely unnecessary for me. Now, Artem was kind enough to send over 4 different colors for me to try out. And while the materials and construction are identical between the 4, I really got a different impression based just on the colors of them. One was this Bond NATO style that has an additional kind of beige striping going through it. I believe they call that one the NTTD style. And that one, along with the red, blue, and silver colored one, were by far my favorites. The patterns and colors on these really highlight that dense weave of nylon that's used in this material. And these are kind of unique patterns that you don't see on a lot of more budget-friendly NATO straps. Visually, they just give off a more premium vibe and look more expensive than the other colors. This is especially true with the plain black version. Visually, that one doesn't look that much different than any other black seatbelt NATO strap. You'll definitely feel the difference on the wrist, and I think the sheen of the material and the kind of sturdiness of the strap will also be slightly noticeable. But here's what I think you're getting with these straps. If you put them on a luxury watch, like a $5,000 watch, they're going to look like they belong there. It's not going to look like you took a really expensive watch and then threw it on a cheap budget NATO strap. And it's going to feel like it belongs on a luxury watch. But if you put these straps onto something like a $300 watch, it's not really going to make it look like a more expensive watch. And so if you don't have a luxury watch to put these straps on, you're probably going to get better value looking at a more budget-friendly option. The exception would be if you really like NATO straps and if you have a watch that means a lot to you and you want to get the best quality NATO strap you can get for it, then these straps from Artem are what you're looking for. Now, NATO straps are a new style for Artem to try out. They're more known for their sailcloth straps, and like these NATO straps, the sailcloth straps that they offer are meant to be alternatives to luxury OEM straps. Again, manufacturers like Blancpain or Omega, they're going to charge you hundreds of dollars for a sailcloth strap, while Artem's range starts at under $100. I've reviewed a few different styles of their sailcloth straps, and generally I've been pretty impressed with them. And this time they included one of their newer blue styles. And this one also is an excellent strap. For $85, I feel like the level of quality that they're offering you here far surpasses anything I've seen in the $30, $40 range. You know, I haven't really found a good sailcloth strap that I like in that $30, $40 price range. Ones that I've tried, they kind of feel cheap, or they have leather backing that's not waterproof, or they fray easily, or they're really stiff. So if I had a watch that I wanted to get a good sailcloth strap for, I think that Artem does have some of the best offerings out there, and that includes for both luxury watches and for non-luxury watches. This blue one that they sent over is a little bit different than ones that I've reviewed in the past. It has some thicker padding towards the top of the strap that connects to the watch head, which then flattens out down to where the holes are punched. This gives the top part of the strap a thicker, more molded appearance that's also a little bit stiffer, which then tapers both in thickness and in width as you get down to the other edge of the strap. The material looks and feels great. The hardware has a substantial premium feel to it. You get quick release spring bars with crisp white accent stitching on this one that they sent over. Now, their sailcloth straps they offer in two sizes. I'm pretty sure they sent over an XL size for me, and that is bordering on being too large for my 7.5-inch wrist. I've got it pretty much as tight as it will go. So probably up to a 7.5-inch wrist, the standard size is going to be what you want. Above a 7.5, you probably want to go with the XL. And for guys with slimmer wrists, they do have a small size as well. All right, if you like to collect affordable watches, you might be interested in an affordable watch themed t-shirt like this one. I'm selling it on my site at justthewatch.com. Do me a favor, check it out, support the channel. There are a lot of cool designs over there. But that will wrap up this review for today. If you are interested in any of the straps that I showed today, I'll leave links to them down below. You can pick them up direct from Artem. And I'd love to hear what you guys think. What do you guys think about these luxury NATOs or these alternatives to Omega's crazy expensive NATOs? I imagine some of you guys are going to have some strong opinions about these. So yeah, let's have some fun down in the comments. Love to see what you guys have to say. But that will wrap it up for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.